Okay, good. Everything's working. Hello, everybody. How are y'all doing? All my little hostlings. Yamato, I would love to, but I think I made looking back at the last stream, I made some rather critical errors that put me to I don't think I'm gonna be able to survive this episode, but we'll see what happens. Hello, hello, everyone. Everything's looking live and good, so that's good. And I'm only moderately exhausted today. How's y'all's day been? I will survive. My problem in this campaign is not Turin as Clan Pestilence. My problem is that I have no allies, and all of my enemies. I'm surrounded on all sides by enemies now. You know, I've got Khalida is about to attack me from the west. Lokir Fellheart's attacking me from the east, and with a human making those losses much, much worse. Your Twitch channel isn't showing anymore? Yeah, it is. Gruski, I was literally just on it. Hey, Ronnie, glad you enjoyed it, man. Hopefully there will be a new one out soon. I know the demon killer weapons like the Axe of Grimnir and Destroyer of Eternal Enemies. What's the Lizardman one? Archmage, the Lizardman one is called the Blade of Realities. I'm gonna aim this up just a little. Oh, hold on a second. My lighting isn't on. I was like, why is it so dark? That's why. I ain't got my studio lights. It's better. Now y'all should be able to actually see. Who would win with Turin? I don't think Turin wants to do those anymore. I think he enjoyed it while it happened, but I think it's just me nowadays. Ah, that's cool, Undertaker. Dr. Memer, that's the real question. The $1 million question. It's what happens when you've been a procrastinator all your life. And it, you know, I'm still alive, so that's still going. Smudge, that is false. I was never late for anything during the Everchosens. Every time if I'm ever going somewhere on someone else's dollar, I am prompt. I am present and accounted for. The last man, I got so sick at the last Everchosen. That was rough. I got ridiculously sick. Why do I look like Moses from The Office? Because all the haircut places are closed. So, it's probably... I probably need to dig out my... I have a beard trimmer, I just I haven't used it in a long time, because usually I just get my beard done whenever I go to the haircut place. But everything's closed now. So I need to figure out where all my stuff was. No, I wasn't. It wasn't British food that made me sick. It was Indian food that made me sick. But it was I'm 99% sure it's just because I've never had it before, and I ate a lot. Like, it was really good, so I think I just ate too much, and my body was like, I don't know what this is. And boy, howdy, it was rough. Hello, everyone, Twitch chat. Good to see you guys. Chat, I'll try. I don't know if I have the money to do that. I can try it, though. It might be better for me to send an agent. Like, if I could get a Skink Chief up, maybe I could send a Skink Chief. What just happened to Turn stream? I don't know. Let me see if he messaged me. Nope. His stuff should be running. He didn't, like... He's still online on Discord. He's running his intro right now. But I figure instead of introing like a cool cat, I would just hang out with you guys. 'Cause y'all are my favorites. Turns got removed for violating YouTube's terms of service. Oh, that I wonder if he got that bug. There's a bug over on YouTube right now that is there is a bug on YouTube that I have seen that is super fucking annoying. Hey, Magical Shroom Dragon. My day's been really good, man. I woke up this morning, I played some Animal Crossing and did my dailies essentially, and then I did some chores around the house, you know, clean dishes, put them all away. Today's, for those of you who know my dog, Chloe, today is Chloe's 9th anniversary for her adoption day. So Chloe has officially been with my family for 9 years, which is awesome for a dog her size. And she's still kicking ass and doing great. Hold on a second. I hear you got that super fucking annoying bug. Now, I don't know if Turin has had this bug yet. I saw... Yeah, it happened to a podcast I was on. Let me see if I can find Turin on mine. Oh, somebody's already thrown shit out. Hold on. Ah! Here, let me see if I can find Turin's stream. Yeah, so I was literally on a podcast just a few days ago, like maybe a day or two ago or a little bit before that, and that happened to the guy that was streaming. Why does Discord say I'm playing Gorok? Because Discord is dumb. Guardian of Metal. Oh, I know the can't stop with Indian food, but I haven't had an issue being sick after it, unfortunately. Yeah, dude, local restaurants closing is rough. Dude, wow, we have so many members showing up today. Rolana celebrating 25 months. Dosick celebrating 25 months. Home Slicer with 15 months. Bear with 14 months. Anything's... Anthony Strickling for 6 months and Deacon Smith for 2 months. Thank you all very, very much for your continued support, guys. Really appreciate it. Awesome. And thanks for the tip, Guardian. Discord says I'm playing Gorok because originally the plan was to play Gorok, but so the original plan was I was gonna play Gorok. Okay, it's up now. Turn to stream is up now. Now I can see it. Oh, let me pop in here and make sure it's. Yeah, it looks like it's working fine. But originally the plan was I was gonna play Gorok because Gorok is a very easy campaign, and you start with Lord Krolok, and you have like super powerful, amazing rights. You know, you get Unbreakable Saurus and all this other crazy crap. And then when we loaded into the campaign, it turned out that for whatever reason there's like a bug where if one of the human players is Itza, I started off with like 25,000 gold in addition to 3 settlements and 3 armies, like right at the start. And it was just, it was too much. That's like way too skewed for that to even be remotely fair. Like, it would have been a curb stomp. Like, there's nothing economically Turin could have done. So, I was like, alright, well, I want to play Lizardmen, so I'll just pick the next closest character, which was Tehenhauin. What I should have done is I probably should have played... I probably should have either played Teclis or played Mazdamundi, because playing... I don't know what the fuck I was thinking, switching to Tehenhauin, because Tehenhauin's campaign is already pretty brutally hard, and, yeah, anyway.
Yeah, guys, we're continuing the head-to-head campaign with Sotek.
Alright, we working now?
We're good, yeah, so I got some weird bug where it said when I played the Total War Warhammer 2 soundtrack, it said basically that I had been using copyrighted content. Very strange. Yeah,
that happened to a podcast I was on the other day, and like it just died, and like he couldn't get it working.
Yeah, YouTube shuts you down apparently. I guess I don't know. Maybe they're trying to like really limit, like music being played on streams and things like that.
I guess, but it seems like a really bad time to introduce. Like it seems like a new feature, and it seems like a really stupid time to be doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, I heard the playback of the beginning of. I was a little bit loud on your stream last time. I think I heard some people saying that, so you might want to turn me down a little bit on your.
Yeah, we can do that.
On your broadcaster. Had some folks tell me that in my video. But yeah, episode 2, guys. It may be the last episode. We're not sure. Both Sotek and I are kind of clawing for life. I have a Dawi Doom stack at my gates, and he has Dark Elves and Tomb Kings and Rats and just all sorts of stuff down there as well. So should be fun, man. We're on turn 20, making some progress.
How's that, chat? Is that better?
Hopefully it's better.
For turns volume, I turned it down like 20%.
Travers Wolf says in my chat, any mention of pestilence now gets you banned on YouTube. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah.
Guardian, yeah, I would. A, thanks for the tip, and B, yes, I would absolutely play the shit out of that. That would be a really good game.
I'm ready when you are, by the way.
Okay.
So just let me know. So basically, yeah, we're going to be one turn back from where we ended last time, because when we were giving our outros and talking to you guys, it ran out until the next turn, and we didn't take our action. So I don't think much will change. I think it'll just be past my turn, but we'll see. But I'm good if you are, man.
That's too soft? Okay. I'll turn him up just a hair more.
Am I whispering? Adam Thompson, thank you for the 20 Canadian dollars. Finally caught the stream. Long-time watcher, first-time caller. Thank you for calling, man. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, this is going to be probably pretty wild. Although I don't know if we can top episode 1, Sotek. That one was pretty great.
Well, yeah, like death by turn 5 was a little.
But that's kind of what made it fun, though,
Yeah, I'll turn the music down once we get in game. The music in the menu is really, really loud in this game because it's got like that full choir bullshit.
It's treason. It's treason. I never really noticed. Looking at the map here, you can see that the Dread Fleet is like in the dead center of the map. Like of the 4 kind of major content pieces?
Aiden, usually the reason I get skinks without javelins when I'm playing campaign is just because they have lower upkeep and they're cheaper to recruit. If I had infinite funds, I would always take the javelin throwing skinks, but that's not always the case. All right, yeah, we're good now.
Let's do it. Clan Pestilence, Cult of Sotek. Had a janky change on the thumbnail. I just literally like X'd out the the Gorok thing and just with like a haggard paintbrush.
Yeah, I just pasted a cutout Tehenhauin head over Gorok's face.
Yeah, we pretty much did the same thing. I started a Queek campaign yesterday, Queek Head Taker, on the new beta. It's pretty fun, actually.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. It makes his campaign a lot more interesting that he starts with that Undercity, under Carrot Gate Peaks. It gives him like a really interesting route to deal with that.
Well, what you do is you delete the building. You get like 13,000 gold, and your start is like suddenly pretty good. Because the building sucks. It's not even a good building. It like what gives you campaign movement nearby. It's like, who cares? You know?
Oh, that, yeah. I always just ramp up the one that just spawns an army.
So it looks like it's the tail end of your turn right now.
Okay, yeah, and I don't think I was doing anything.
I think you already did everything, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Okay.
I feel very confident this will be the last episode, but we'll see what plays out.
Just looking at your situation down there. It'll be like a 30-minute stream. Yeah, but we're about to have a big battle here. I have a Dwarven Doom stack at my gates, and I have like...
Oh, okay, yeah. This is the battle we fought at the end of last
stream.
You
can auto-resolve it, or you can fight the AI.
Yeah, I'll just slap the AI real quick. I can't auto-resolve it because it's only like a 50-50.
Yeah, just give the AI the business. Last battle we did fight this one, but yeah, it was pretty much... The Blessed Sars just karate chopped like the whole army.
Yeah, for anyone who is big into just like Games Workshop IPs like 40K, Fantasy, or Age of Sigmar, this weekend is going to be super exciting for all of the IPs.
Yeah, reveals.
Because there's going to be big reveals this weekend, so you can all look forward to that. Also, an answer to someone asked the question about Lord Krok. There are plenty of items that can stop Lord Krok's magic in Warhammer Fantasy. The Brooch of Ishirian, wielded by Cetra, would probably hamper it. The Brass Collars of Khorne, wielded by Greater Demons, are very, very good at hampering it. That's how they killed Lord Krok originally, was that a bunch of Greater Demons just had brass collars that he couldn't get through until he went supernova, but, you know.
Now, there was a lore question we had on my stream the other day, and this is the perfect time to ask it while you just stomp the AI. Now, is there ever any moment in lore or in fantasy where Salons have to fight in physical combat, and it's like explained?
No. If a
So that just
Salon,
never happens.
yeah, if a Salon has to do anything physically, they're dead. Cause like basically,
Can they walk?
Kinda. The only time we ever see a Salon do something physical is when Lord Mazdamundi is about to die because he overexerts himself blowing up trying to destroy the Chaos Moon.
Mm-hmm.
He basically, like, he gets so weak that he can't mentally levitate his his Throne of Ancients anymore, which is the palanquin they sit on.
Okay.
And so it like sinks to the ground. He basically like tries to crawl to a exit so that he can like feel the desert or feel the jungle one last time, but he doesn't make it.
That's so depressing.
It is. I mean, it was because he suffered like
Sad.
it's just because like his brain gave out because he just had like a super aneurysm.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. If the Slan like get to the point where they can't use like levitation or telepathy anymore, no, they're dead.
Okay.
Like the amount of effort it would take them to physically move themselves manually would require them to have more energy than they would be able to have at that point, you know?
It's probably because they just rely on that their whole life, right? So their muscles just are like underdeveloped and they're just like these.
Yeah, well, yeah, and like, you know, they have the whole thing of like the Slan aren't allowed to touch the ground because the very earth is polluted by chaos, so if they were to touch it, it would like ground them and do really nasty stuff.
Oh, okay. Oh, look at that fireball, dude.
Yeah, the only Slan who ever does like physical stuff is freaking. I will note, Mazdamundi is funny because his mace, the Cobra Mace, it's a magic weapon, right? So like Mazdamundi does actually have the capability of swinging it in close combat and hurting people. but he kind of cheats.
I can't see that happening, dude.
Well, he kind of cheats because the way it actually works is because it's a magical weapon. The reason it's called a Cobra Mace is because people get close to him and think he's gonna fight with it normally. But what he actually does is the mace it animates itself, comes alive, and bites other people's weapons and destroys them.
Yeah.
And then Mazdamundi just cackles because you have no way to defend yourself.
Oh my god, look at the AI blobbing into your snakes. Oh, God. That's just pure destruction.
Yeah,
right
this will be over very quickly.
Yeah. That's good though. It's good.
Yeah,
I mean,
that way we
was
can
pretty
get to
decent.
that way we can get to the dwarf action.
Oh god.
How's my day? My day's good, man.
That could be bad. The dwarf battle. Oh man.
Hopefully. I need something to go my way.
There you go.
Yeah, today was good. We celebrated, well, more celebration later tonight, but today we're celebrating Chloe's adoption day silliness.
It's like your dog's birthday.
Yeah, we've had her for 9 years as of today.
Damn. How old is Chloe? Like, did you adopt her as a pup or just
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
like...
we got her as a baby. So she was born in February.
Oh, what a good girl.
Yeah.
Not
Old
like
girl,
Wiki.
but she's still doing good.
Yeah, I mean that's not. I mean, I guess she is a bigger dog, but
Yeah, well,
Kind of.
like my dog Ranger, growing up, Ranger was not as big as Chloe is, and Ranger only made it to like 8.5.
damn. Yeah, I think those dog breeds usually are like what 10, 11.
Yeah,
12.
yeah, big dogs. Like once you're in the 100-pound category, you're lucky to get a decade.
Yeah. That's why creatures like Wookiee just live so long.
Yeah, they don't. It doesn't take a lot of energy to animate Wookiee at this point.
Well, when we rescued him, they said he was 2 years old, but then we brought him back to the vet, and the vet was like, "Yeah, he's actually probably like 5 or 6." Perfect. So yeah, this is the battle from the beginning of the last episode, or the end of the last episode. But
Oh, dude, crisp. So I wanted to make a video on the whole Kislev reveal, right? But let me tell you guys why I haven't done it yet. I was like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna knock this out real quick. And then when I went to make it, I made the huge mistake of like looking on Twitter to like see people talking about it, and I just saw a ton of people bitching at each other. Like, you had the fantasy community, or not, I wouldn't even call them the fantasy community. It was like the old, like, I couldn't tell if they were people that just weren't familiar with Warhammer Fantasy, or maybe they were people that were like really old guard for Warhammer Fantasy, but they were like, we hate this because it's not low fantasy enough because they have like magic weapons, blah, 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 which I thought was dumb. But then on the other side, a bunch of Age of Sigmar people came like swooping out of the darkness and were like, oh, look at all these Warhammer people bitching about how realistic fantasy is, and they kept posting images of like 4th and 3rd edition or like 5th edition Warhammer back when everything was like super neon fuck you colors and like
in the wild times.
Yeah, and everyone was like really squat with huge hats, and they were like, you call this low fantasy? Look, this looks ridiculous. And both sides were being really, really stupid about it. So like, I feel like that's gonna be the main point of the video, is chastising both communities for being a bunch of dumbasses.
Oh god. Can you see that? You know, you can't see the dwarven stack yet.
No,
So
I can see that Supatoon is under siege, but that's it.
Yeah, so this is the situation we were talking about here, guys. Currently have you here. I think we can send Homeboy down south to go trundle a bit.
Sotek bless us with some Skrolk lore. Skrolk is
the most disgusting creature.
Skrolk is like one of the only Skaven that's like so religious, and he actually takes it super duper seriously. Like, he's not someone that is just religious when it's convenient or uses it as power and stuff. No, like, he's legit super hardcore into Pestilence religion, which I've always found really funny about him.
He's a true devotee of the whatever rendition of the Horned Rat he believes in. All right, so we basically, guys, have to fight this battle here. Now, if I go march here, can I get the Warlock there? No. So we attack the dwarves. Oh, that's march stance. Can I even reach them? Oh, no. Well, the AI usually takes some time, right, to build sieging.
Yeah, they won't attack you for like a turn or two, unless
Yes,
they have Like, unless they are, like, gonna crush it, then they might attack, like, in one turn, but it takes them a bit, usually.
So we're gonna have to do some cunning ambush tricks, guys.
Hey, Sam, what's up? Yeah, fun fact, most people think Skrolk is blind because of a disease. Not true. The first time he saw Lord Nurglich, who's the big bad lord of Clan Pestilence, Skrolk thought his diseased and bloated form was so magnificent because of all the plague and nastiness about him that Skrolk carved out his own eyes with his own hands because he wanted that to be the last thing he ever saw.
That actually happened?
Yep. That's why he doesn't have eyes.
Jeez.
And then
that's pretty brutal, dude.
And then he cheated and put chunks of warpstone in his head where his eyes were.
So he basically just sees through those, yeah.
Yeah, like he has a type of vision, kind of like how Daredevil's blind, but not really.
Yeah, but he's got the sixth sense. Yeah. So what was Skrolk like in tabletop? Was he a pretty powerful character?
Yeah.
I've heard from a lot of fantasy players that like oftentimes like named characters weren't like super kind of active.
So the problem with named characters in fantasy, and this is what I think gets a lot of people mixed up, was that in Warhammer Fantasy there was a rule where you were not allowed to take a special character without your opponent's express permission. That was like written in the rules.
No, what edition was that? That's absurd.
That was I think every edition up until 8th maybe.
Okay.
But it was like they were not considered tournament legal, and it just came with like a whole bunch of shenanigans.
That's so jankety, man. Oh my god.
And so it kind of got to this ridiculous, Lord Skrolk was a pretty nasty character just because
nasty.
He just kind of had some really obnoxious abilities.
What a good rat.
And his magic items were really nuts. But the thing about special characters is a lot of them were kind of squishy, but they were designed to be. Oh, okay, I'm just gonna auto-resolve this.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
It's gonna kill some units, but whatever.
Yeah, you might lose your cohort, man. That's the only thing that.
Oh yeah, if you auto-resolve, the cohort always dies immediately because it's unbreakable.
Oh no. Yeah.
They'll be back.
Sense. Yeah, you didn't lose too much.
They'll be back. It's fine. We'll make more.
So what's your situation down there? You're surrounded by
well, no. Remember, I told you this before the stream. Here's the actual problem: is that I have no way to stop this.
And there's not to spoil anything, but I do have an Undercity there as well.
Well, it's about to belong to somebody else. Well, I know you put an Undercity there, otherwise the city would have blown up.
You saw it coming. You want to auto-resolve this?
Yes, I did. There's no way I'm going to fight that.
Oh, baby. Yes. Well, Grand Alliances, so the dwarves are my version of this, so we'll see if I can stop them.
You have just the dwarves. I've got Fellheart and the Tomb Kings.
You brought this on yourself with your poor diplomacy down there.
I did not do anything to Khalida.
You just have the one Haggard city with the plague in it. Oh, man.
Don't want to do that. Yeah, I guess.
6 more turns. Oh, man, it eats 50% of the income, too?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nasty.
She got rid of my right. That's annoying. She got rid of my... The Lizardmen do have a special ability they can use if they control a province where you can, like, just make the plague go away after, like, only 1 or 2 turns, but now I've lost the province, so I can't do that right now.
Go, my rat! Go! Oh, we failed. My plague priest coming to try and assassinate here. Alright, so we got the cavern going here, guys. This is the big one for us. We have to take out this Dawi army with the garrison. The garrison does have a plague claw catapult in rat ogres. Oh yeah, that's going to be pretty doable, I think.
Adam, it wasn't necessarily a situation of that the special characters were the best. It was more that the special characters were the best value for what they did. Unless they were like just a fighty character. Fighty special characters were never that great because you could always make a better lord. But like Skrolk could provide a lot of really nasty uniqueness.
God, look at this like bounce of power. Like, why is it so bad for me? I even have warp bombs. I ambushed him and everything. My battle, I guess. Yeah, you'll definitely want to control that to try and do some damage. It's a pretty good dwarf army, honestly. It has like thunderers and coilers.
Yeah, I would not trust the AI to play a ambush.
Well, usually when I ambush like dwarves, like you just don't ambush them because it's stupid. Because like you want to prolong that fighting and kind of play mind games.
I just swarm in on all the back stuff. Like
You can, but like I have my main Skrolk army's decent, but the garrison is the one that I really need, and I don't know where they're coming in from.
who is the Clan Molder Clan Lord? The playable one was Throt the Unclean. The actual Lord of Clan Molder is oh jeez. Crap, what's his name? It'll come to me at some point here in a minute. He has he has most, if not all, of the Council of 13 characters have really silly names. Because most of them are like not a pun necessarily, but basically a pun. Hey, lore question. What's the deal with the dwarves in Lustria? CA made it up just to provide some stuff. There have been dwarves in Lustria, but it's only been like explorers or like a pissed off engineer. Never an actual clan.
Just one pissed off engineer.
Yeah, there was like the guy who there was a if I remember, no, it wasn't him, but there was a dwarf who got kicked out of Barakvar, and he just took a ironclad and he took it to Lustria and just went up the rivers. And just like made the lizardmen super angry for months.
You gotta love it.
Understood, Lord. Ranged firepower ready.
Go forth, my wretched minions.
Kill urge. If they get close, not some.
Why would we not march with all the range stuff? And these march formations make so little sense.
They do indeed.
Nothing can stop us. Slay everything without a beard. Nothing can stop us. Strike out. Tattoo.
Better formations.
And the ancestor gods.
You don't get the good formation from it, it's just not happening.
I, as you command. Go. Move. Kazoo.
Go, my rats!
Axes out! Score! Yes!
Fight hard, my ratsies.
No! They have wronged us. Kill them! Down! Got! Blow through! Move now! Take aim! For the Karazanko! They have wronged us!
Go, rats. Oh no, my poor Skaven slaves are just being pounded.
Will do! Pump those dwarven legs! Dwarf warriors! Aye!
The great Skaven ambush is afoot.
And treasure! So we attack! Pump those dwarven legs!
Gotta get you in
For
there.
the ancestors!
The plague claw catapult deployed in like the worst possible position.
Quarrelers! We have scores to settle!
It's so funny just hearing like random Skaven just yelling all loudly.
It's about all they're good for most of the time.
I just nuked my own stuff so hard.
That was not the best warp bomb I've ever seen. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Hey, you know what? I take pride in that warp bomb. It tried its little heart out, but that's truly how Skaven would play.
Move!
Go ratsies.
Move now!
Man, we have all these like, gutter runners and stuff too that need to get over here.
Nothing can stop us!
Yeah, Skrolk Daddy's doing his thing here.
Thunderous! Drag everything! Move! Yes! Yes!
Throw them pebbles.
Grudge thrower! Shah! Yes, Lord! Kill them! Come on! Will do!
There's so many rats.
Dwarven leg!
That is a problem.
Go! Go!
The rats are numerous.
Dwarf warriors! Thunderous! Aye, as you
I think we're getting through it slowly but surely. Dwarves are always a tenacious foe, unless I have death runners, and then it's just GG.
miners!
But I do not have death runners.
Hit them! Fire on the foe!
Skrolk, what are you doing hiding in the trees, buddy?
Drain them! Fight! Dwarf warriors! Find your targets! Aye, as you command! Range fire!
Summon some more rats. Just drop rats everywhere. Rats on rats. On rats.
Aye, as you command! For the Karazanko! That'll do! Range
Yeah, back
fire! Range fast!
Any neat Throg stuff? Well, I can tell you that, yeah, who is that? Daedrix? I can't tell you that Throg in the lore is a lot smarter than CA decided to go with him. He's not really like the dumb Frankenstein brute that can barely like cohesively speak English. Like he's almost a philosopher type supervillain in his in the books that he does appear in, which is really just the Gotrek and Felix books for the most part. But
yeah, that's the one I think you lent to me.
Yeah, which in that Throg is like very, very intelligent. Which is the version that he's more supposed to be, because his story is kind of supposed to be one of like sadness in that, yeah, he's really, really smart, but he's also very alone in the world because he's the only smart troll in existence. Which is not the best position to be in, unfortunately.
I see you trying to get me with that door flare, bro. You and your cunning schemes.
Yeah, we make do with what we got.
Collapse on them! See, once we take out the dwarves here, I think we'll be in really good shape, because they have that gold mine settlement that I can go grab, and then I'll be pretty rolling in it. Catapult, shooting, whatever it can hit. I just like started randomly sweating. It's like cold, I don't know why. Throw pebbles at them. Yes, Vermintide. Not even the Dowie can stand for our haggard Vermintide. I always screw up the warp bombs. I'm just like so hesitant to use them. Like against AI, it's really good because they always just like go right into the bait. Definitely want to do as much damage as we can here. No, we want to use some summons because we're gonna have to chase this army down with just Skrolk's force, and that's not going to be great. So we definitely want to put some hurt on these guys. I know it's kind of annoying to make you guys watch the chasing down.
That's an important element of single player, though.
It is, and especially in a head-to-head campaign. Like when Sotek's controlling it, like it becomes exponentially harder than it normally would have been.
Lord Verminkin, that's right. Yes, that is the Lord of Clan Molder.
Go ahead and slap it on fast forward if you don't mind, brother.
Yes, they are. Doors are shattered.
They are shattered indeed. Chase here. Unfortunately, we didn't get the Lord too low, which means I'll probably still have like a losing auto resolve.
How would Skrolk react to a Great Unclean one? The Skaven Clan Pestilence, at least in Warhammer Fantasy, were sympathetic to Nurgle, but Nurgle and Clan Pestilence did not get along very well.
Kind of strange.
Well, it's because they embody different ideals of Plague and Pestilence, because Nurgle is more about the cycle of rot, renew, like death, rot, decay, and then rebirth. So for Nurgle, it's all about the cycle of life, and just that Nurgle likes life in all forms, which includes...
Skaven just want to end it, yeah.
Yeah, Skaven, at least the both for Ruin and Pestilence side of the Horned Rat, he just wants to destroy everything. He just wants to turn everything down into mush, where he is the only thing left in existence.
All right, well that's something. All right, battle went well. Definitely took some losses on some of our Plague Monks, but that's okay. Looks like Skrolk's army took most of the beating because I think it was worth it though to jump in quick there and try and shut down the artillery and.
Oh yeah, that would have been a lot harder if you were defending the siege.
Open field, yeah.
Or even open field, yeah.
Even still, I feel like this isn't going to be easy. Although that army has pretty much nothing left. Take some casualty replenishment, I think. Ooh, that food's pretty good, but that money's good too. 2,000 Gs, yeah, you got to take that.
Do the different Skaven clans have different versions of the Great Horned Rat? Yes, the Clan Pestilence has their version, and then basically the Greyseers have their version. Those are the only two. Most Skaven ascribe to the Greyseer version, which is like the classic version. Generally, only Clan Pestilence and their subsidiary clans know their version, and the Greyseers call them heretics, but Clan Pestilence is too powerful for them to just wipe out.
They're the inconvenient trolls there. Do we have any good items we got? Dragon Helm, Blade of Nurglish is fine. I don't know if I can... I gotta finish off this dwarf army. Oh, unfortunately I can't reach him.
Like, fun fact, my favorite story about Clan Pestilence is the way they actually got on the Council of 13 was after instigating a massive civil war that they almost won, but then Clan Eshin reappeared and they lost because of Clan Eshin assassinating everybody. Lord Nurglich showed up at Skavenblight to the Council of 13, and he basically said, alright, I will, let's end the war, and you guys let me challenge for a position on the Council of 13.
Do they actually have a book? Like, does Clan Pestilence have any literature?
In fantasy, yeah, they have some. Most of it is from, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to send one of my lords. I'm going to use one of my lords here to purposefully infect.
Do it. Chris Vickers, thank you for the $5. Really appreciate that, man. We're definitely having some fun. Lich 109, all 7th and 6th later do not require opponent's permission to use. Okay, he's talking about in the later editions. But yeah, thank you so much, John, as well. I heard YouTube cut ad revenue by quite a bit. It does help. Thank you so much, John, for the very generous donations. And yeah, sorry, it's hard for me to look at the chat because like the turn times are so short, so you need to be really efficient with your time. But I'll try and be better during Sotek's turn. Did you just spread the plague to Did you spread the plague to the Dark Elves?
Not on purpose, but yes.
That's so funny.
Yeah, Skrolk's faction has a higher infection rate as well.
Yeah, I think it's guaranteed to spread is what it says.
That's why I'm actually going to send one of my lords over as stealthy as I can to try and infect the Tomb Kings. Because if I can spread it to the Tomb Kings, then I actually have nothing to worry about.
Blessed filth.
Hey, Nakai's in the neighborhood.
Nakai, where is he?
He's in the mountains.
That guy? Oh, okay, he's lurking. Hopefully I can catch that dwarf army before it gets back to its keep. I don't think I will. Oh, we intercepted them. Hell yes. They tried to underway. Man,
I was
armies
stupid.
yeah, well, it's the AI, so.
When does Morothy turn into a snake lady? Age of Sigmar.
Yeah, we're bringing a lot of summons, because you never know. Although this dwarf army's pretty beat. I don't need to do that. And save the food. Yeah, you can play if you want. It's actually quite a stomp, but it's just because I'm Skaven. But it's up to you.
I'll try and maximize casualties.
Sure. Sounds good.
Try and drag down some extra plague monks.
You know I'm leaving them back. I'm just going to use straight up summons to kill this army. And Skaven slave slingers.
Oh, anyway. But yeah, the way Clan Pestilence got on, so the Lord Nurglich shows up. Everybody hates him because he started the Civil War. And they're wanting to, you know, they're like, nah, screw you, we're just going to wipe you out. But then he reveals that he's basically carrying, like, one of the deadliest diseases known to Clan Pestilence on him in a vial. And he basically says, okay, if you kill me, I'm going to drop this and everybody's going to die. So they decided to graciously come together as a council and decide, yes, there's no reason for us to continue the Civil War, and let him challenge for his seat, and he just murdered the crap out of the guy he fought. And that was the end of that Civil War. But Clan Pestilence actually caused every single Skaven Civil War that ever happened.
I mean, I'm not surprised. They're pretty fanatical, it seems.
Oh, yeah.
30 seconds is... That's enough time. So we approach the beleaguered Dwarven force. You can see here, they're ready. Our slingers stand ready to throw pebbles. You're hustling. Yeah, your situation down there is pretty dire, but at least you've turned it into a bit of silver lining with that plague. You're able to spread my plague I gave you, and
well, we'll see if it takes hold or not.
Well, it took hold on the Dark Elves for sure. Now they have to suffer the full duration.
Well, the Dark Elves are not what I'm worried about.
Yeah, that Tomb King stack's pretty scary. Granted, Saurus are really good against some of those troops there.
But I do not have any Saurus.
Oh, your Blessed Saurus are gone now?
Yeah, because you missed the part where I got infected by a giant plague.
That's right, so it killed your economy. Oh, yes, good, Anakin, good.
Is the Horned Rat a Chaos God? Yes.
Throw pebbles at them, my rats. Skrolk plus a plague increases so many summons. Oh my god. Just look at the volume of fire here. Oh my god. It's the jankety rat fire. Yes, Skrolk. Yes.
Fire! Reload! Fire! Pick your targets well!
Trying to shoot my Skrolk daddy, huh?
I'm trying to do something to him.
You underestimate Skrolk for the last time. Back, my slingers. Forward, my slaves. That dwarf lord's coming for blood. I can see it in his eyes.
Yes! Vengeance!
Go, clan rats, fight.
Dwarf warriors!
Fight for your dens.
Everything! Attack!
Try and drag down as many plague ones
Those
as we
are
can.
your healthy ones, that's right.
Taking aim!
Go, Skaven slaves.
Fire on the
Throw your
foe!
pebbles at whatever you can hit.
Shoot! Blow through! Kazakh,
Master of Masters. Summon's doing pretty good.
For the Karazhan.
Yeah, I think Skaven campaigns are my favorite though. I just like the amount of like ridiculous trolling you can do with Undercities,
For
and
the High King!
it's so fun. Queek's campaign's cool too. Have you played it?
Yeah.
Oh damn, I was gonna warp on that guy, but they just disappeared so quickly.
Ready to strike!
Give him some more rats to chew on over there.
Ready to strike!
Throw your pebbles, my friends. Take them out.
Strike out! Yes!
Kill as many plague monks as we can.
You know, honestly, this is, yeah. I wonder what kind of damage Under Resolve would have done.
We gotta drag him into a.
Wolf warriors!
We need to try and drag him
Okay, they got
into
42
friendly
moves
firing
going
as much
with
as we
plague
can.
Muster the throng!
The monks chasing you guys. You guys collapse back here. I'm pretty sure they were an underway interception, so should be enough to.
Yeah,
Sure.
whenever you get an underway intercept, you don't need to chase.
Yeah,
It's an
it
automatic kill.
ends it. Yeah. I should just warp on one of my plague monks. Just perhaps they cross Lord Skrolk.
We will avenge!
All right, we're falling back.
Attack the earth!
Skrolk Daddy was able to avoid most of the drama here.
Move now!
What I would not give for a pair of gyrocopters right now.
There you have it. All right, the dwarf menace has been dealt with, and now we can go take their kingdom, no problem.
Castle!
Although it's never no problem when it comes to taking dwarven cities, that's for sure.
For Grimnir!
No army losses yet for you.
We have
Yeah, they're still fighting.
settled.
Let's throw all our pebbles over here. Skaven Slave Slingers are such a good unit.
Yeah,
Their
they're
DPS, yeah, it's only 10 missile damage, but they have, you know, so many models that it's actually pretty darn good.
they are
Really
they're
bring
very
down-
efficient.
Yeah, they absolutely are.
They have Rondo!
Pebble him down. Look at that dwarf lord just Benny Hilling here.
That'll
Oh my
do!
god.
Move now!
So we gotta come back and deal with these dwarf warriors here. Can't quite reach him.
Will be ours.
Sotek's trying to kill my plague monks. Oh no. Thankfully the dwarf lord's very slow, he only has 32 speed, so.
To attack!
I wonder if Warp Bomb doesn't do much damage against single targets.
No, it's pretty useless for that.
Yeah. Leave my ratsies.
Range
Throw more pebbles at him.
Shield bearers! Oh! Strike out!
Yeah, there's actually some pretty good, in the Gotrek and Felix books, there's some pretty good pestilence scenes, for sure. Like when they're at Nuln,
Muster the throng!
you get some pretty good depictions of them there.
Best series for if you want a Clan Pestilence focus is the Black Plague books. The Black
Now,
Plague
what-
books are like
Who are the
all-
characters in that book? Like, who are the characters?
The only characters that are like ridiculously famous from that series are Mandred Skaven Slayer, who was an emperor, and
An emperor of the Empire?
of the Empire. Yeah,
Okay, so it's like a different time period.
yeah, it's a very different time period. Yeah,
Got
it was when the Warhammer world had its version of the Black Plague.
Got it.
But it features Clan Pestilence, mainly, so the Gracier clan, and the famous characters in it that are worth like reading about to know them are Emperor Mandred Skaven Slayer, and then Van Hal, the legendary necromancer.
Von Hall, yeah, the witch hunter. Oh, Von Hall, the necromancer. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, so now it is Skrolk Daddy's turn to get ready. Ancient Cunning could be good here, but I think we're okay. I think we just want to get the higher tier magic. Herald of Decay, Skaven's Corruption, Warp Tokens. Definitely don't want that miscast chance here. Probably just going to go down the caster tree. Although, honestly, we have this guy. He's always pretty good. So recruiting, ooh, the other Trickster Shard is pretty good. All right, as far as building here, Nothing that's like super urgent. I think we're just gonna hold on to our money. See what we can do.
Yeah, we need to bear this infection
Get our
west.
little plague monk dude and just have an assassination battle with Sotek's character.
You are infected.
You
We're just
failed!
having the duel of fates here. Alright, so the cavern is going to be ready next turn. Unfortunately, I don't know if I want to wait that long to go take this dwarven city. We're pretty beat up now, but this is pretty much fresh fish here. I don't think the dwarves have another army there. So if we march, we can reach the thrice cursed peak next turn.
Maybe we could get Nakai to help us out.
See. We can always march back if it doesn't look good.
How many legendary lords use a spear like a sensible person? A lot of legendary lords use spears, but it's also worth noting that Creative Assembly has like heavily reduced the amount of spears that you should see in a game like this, because all of the lords can go on foot, so they didn't want them using spear animations on foot because it doesn't look as good, and they can, well, I'll rephrase that. CA probably did not want to use spear characters as much as they could, because animating those characters on foot would be very different from animating them on horseback.
Your friends, the Southern Sentinels, are looking a little bit ornery here.
Yeah, we're hopefully got an ally that might help us out, but we'll have to see if we can convince him. All right, so we're gonna move him in here. Spread some.
Oh, the ambush!
Spread
The
some
dreaded
contagion.
Sotek ambush. So your army suffers attrition, right? While the plague is active there.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's brutal. So you're just not healing right now? Oh man. 10. I can't get another pestilence scheme for 10 turns, unfortunately. Just let me know when you pass turn, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Calamar, thank you so much for the 20 SEK. Do Skaven have any positive qualities? They're self-serving. They look out for themselves. They repopulate very fast, yes. And they're willing to forego like safety and caution to like create really powerful things.
Why do we have low reliability?
It's just like, you know, how in like some parts of the actual world, right? Like some countries forego regulation, and you know that can lead to, you know, quicker discovery at the cost of, you know, morality and different things like that. So I suppose that's one way to look at it. I want that thrice cursed peak, guys. It has a gold mine. Probably has a decent little garrison there. I think Skrolk should be able to deal with it with all the summons, so.
I guess we'll save up.
This Mac army is looking.
All right, then.
See you in the city. Just waiting out the plague. Oh man, you better not try it. This little skink might be going for Oxel, which would be really annoying. I think I can move my other army back here and start like. Yeah, he's a little bit too close to my city here. I'm not liking that.
All right, if these Tomb Kings don't get infected, that is definitely
okay. So enables attrition for Morphage, which is fine. We don't care about that. Yep. You can take all the attrition there.
Good evening, Sotek. How are you?
But
I'm
it looks like
good.
he got an army back. The Thrice Cursed Peak garrison's pretty darn small, and I have like Plague Monks and Skrolk. It should be fine.
Is every malevolent
There's no
god
walls there, so I think we're good.
stronger than benevolent? No, not always.
Let's move him out of raiding stance, get him back to the city.
Malevolent gods tend to come off as
We have
stronger
enough food. We have food
because
income now.
they just are more active, because we always see their
Play
bad
call
guys
catapults
coming up.
for the small
Who
price of an
lost?
army
I'm
delay.
about to lose. I do not have an army capable of defending the
We're
city.
gonna press this. Gold mine's really important.
Oh, at least
Yeah.
since
it's
I'm under
still gonna
siege.
be like a trolley fight.
Since I'm under siege, I'm not taking attrition
'Cause,
anymore.
They have two.
That's
characters,
nice.
So we should be fine. So you can fight this if you want. If you don't want to, I'll fast forward it through it. But they have some decent stuff. But it's pretty good.
They don't have walls. Now I'll let the AI deal with this.
Sure. It'll be quick. I mean, yeah, and that just goes to show how ridiculous Bounce of Power is for freaking Skaven. Like, if I auto-resolve, my army dies, and I have, like, 2 powerful legendary lords and, like, you know, pretty good Plague Monk line with tech. I wonder, like, because it's been like that forever with Skaven, right? Like, auto-resolves, like, obviously battle isn't an issue, but the auto-resolve seems so grim.
Well, the auto-resolve meter has a lot of problems, but it impacts the Skaven worse than most, because the auto-resolve meter doesn't take into account battle abilities or summons when it like is trying to determine itself. So if you were to force yourself to play through this fight with using 0 summoning spells or abilities, the dwarves would probably be like a pretty serious nuisance, and that's how the AI would fight. Or that's how the auto resolve meter calculates it, which is not great, but
look at how they're set up here too. Look at this, just this pro setup. That's gonna be pretty hard to break. What are those, Longbeards? What do we have on the other side? Okay, the dwarf warriors. Okay, we're definitely going over there. I mean, with all the summons, it shouldn't be too bad because I could just drop it on the Corlers and they'll be pretty much inefficient. But the Pebble Slingers, on the other hand, yes, you better start shifting. We're gonna start throwing pebbles at your Longbeard. See how you like that? Get that Winds of Magic going. Throw pebbles at the Longbeards. Cool. And excellent. So now we can go ahead and get ready for the frontline fighting. Honestly, against Dwarf Warriors, I don't mind sending in like decent troops. We're not going to use summons yet. We'll keep a couple of Plague Monks here in case the Longbeards decide to sally there.
Can I hit you with some Gnoblar lore? Yeah, I mean, Gnoblars are the demented, big-nosed little cousins of all goblins. They're the smallest breed of goblin, next to, of course, Snotlings, which aren't really goblins at that point. But
what are Snotlings? I don't even know what Snotlings are. What are they like?
Snotlings are basically just really, really small goblins. Like, they're the size of, like, a Nurgling, typically.
Oh, okay, so yeah, they're really, really tiny.
And they're, like, the most diminutive and stupid type of green skin. But they're considered their own species. Even though they're related, obviously, to the others. But they're their own subspecies. Gnoblars, though, is another way of saying hill goblin. And they're basically the goblins that everybody else picks on because they're so weak. Like, even the other goblins pick on them and, like, would just torture them for fun and all this stupid stuff. So, yeah, so they lived a really, really harsh life until the ogres showed up. And they have a symbiotic relationship with ogres because the thing about Gnoblars is that generally whenever ogres encounter a new species, they tend to wipe it out because they just eat it. But the thing about Gnoblars is Gnoblars are so scrawny and bony, and they just don't have any meat on them, and they generally don't taste that good. And they're actually pretty useful at doing things that ogres don't want to do because they're either too big or it's just too much work. So the ogres were willing to not eat the Gnoblars and also protect them from everybody else in exchange for the Gnoblars essentially being their slaves. And the Gnoblars found that to be a pretty good upgrade from their prior situation.
How do you think that like negotiation went? That like discussion between those two groups of people?
Well, it probably involved like the first couple hundred Gnoblars getting devoured by ogre tribes and them realizing it A, wasn't worth the effort, and B, the Gnoblars constantly begging for their lives until the ogres finally got like until a ogre who was relatively smart for an ogre actually considered it.
Poor Gnoblars, just all neglected.
But Gnoblars have proven themselves pretty useful in ogre society. They're really good at being trappers. Like the most dangerous Gnoblars are Gnoblar trappers, which actually specialize in like creating spike traps. Like they like hold a bunch of sharp stuff in their hands, or they'll dig like buried pits with stakes in them and stuff. And they're really good at hiding it. And they'll do that on the battlefield. Like whenever you take a Gnoblar horde, Gnoblars were actually terrifying in 8th edition fantasy because they had a special rule that if you ever charged Gnoblars, I never
thought I would hear those statements.
Well, it's like if you would charge them, the entire front rank of Gnoblars counted as dangerous terrain. So if you
like trip over him.
they would go and they like lift up all these annoying spikes and like throw shit in front of them, and your guys would just get impaled to death. So if you tried to charge them, you would have to roll a d6 for every single model that came in contact with a Gnoblar, which they would usually deploy like 10 wide at least. And if you rolled a 1, your guy would take a wound or would just like die with no armor. Like you wouldn't get an armor save, you would just die. And if you were trying to charge them with cav or monsters cav, then you failed on a 1 or a 2, which was awful. And if you charged them with a chariot, you failed on a 1 or a 2, and then you would take d6 wounds, so your chariot would typically blow up.
Now,
It
do
was-
the Ogre Maw tribes, the new faction, have anything like
They
that at
they
all?
have Nobblars, but to my understanding, the only thing Nobblars are good for is just like, well, they're just not. They're just not good.
The only
Apparently,
thing they're
you,
good for is nothing.
yeah, apparently you can run them, but it's for like super niche stuff. Changer of Ways, thanks so much for that generous $39 chip, man. I really appreciate it. How am I doing? I'm doing good, man. I am about 1 or 2 turns away from losing this campaign, but I am doing great today.
Aside from that, everything's going well.
Yes.
Oh, this dwarf army is pretty tenacious for sure.
Yeah, dwarf
Like
leadership on veteran or
It's so
higher is just like they'll just they're just gonna fight until they die.
Yeah, they get a leadership buff on this difficulty, yeah?
How did I lose all my mods? What do you mean?
I think he's asking maybe why you're not using mods.
Here on stream, Turin has a preference for pure vanilla, and I'm okay with that because I barely change mine.
And there we go, there we go.
How
Yeah,
did
you just use the extra skill points, right? That's like pretty much the only one you use.
Yeah, that's the only one that affects gameplay.
Yeah, no. Other
How-
ones are all like reskins and things like that, yeah.
What's the best way to deal with a massive horde of Skaven? Have a massive army of just really good melee infantry,
Something-
or cav, or flying things.
Is he asking in regards to lore or?
No, he was asking in regards to Total War.
Oh yeah, yeah. It depends. Every faction has pretty different ways of dealing with Skaven.
Oh, you mean mods in the chat? No, we still have mods. I don't know where they are right now. But Kiro's somewhere in here.
They're lurking. Okay, so that is taken. That we'll put it up to level 3, so we can get the upgraded gold mine super quick.
Plus, I'm watching you guys, so it's not a big deal.
Get this. Get some walls.
Who knows? Maybe
And-
they're on strike and just didn't tell me.
There's a revolt. What do we get for you? Yeah, we have the Warpstone tokens already, which was nice. Let's keep getting the Plague Rash is fine. Alright, so we got the Thrice Cursed Peak. We got a gold mine coming on the way here. Aside from that, I guess we'll get a growth building. And then there's this dreaded skink army who's preparing here. And of course we have our glorious ongoing assassination battle here between Sotek and I. I'll get you one of these days.
Nah, I just got the fortunate trait, so it's gonna be harder.
Oh, no. Just from surviving all my attempts here.
Yeah, that's the only way to get the trait, is that people just keep failing.
Well, the failures are rife here in this battle, don't you worry.
Hey, Mad Wookie, what's up, man?
Let's be extra safe and just update this. And actually, no, we don't need that. We're going to save some money for the Plague Claw Catapult recruitment.
Alright,
Is
so
there
I'm
any diplomacy?
So we are pretty much to the point that if this Tomb King army does not get infected, either this turn or next turn, we're dead.
Kalita and I are friends now, by the way. I didn't know if this was something that you're aware of, but we have a non-aggression pact and military access. All right. Yes, Skaven diplomacy. All right, your turn, brother. Let me know when you pass if you don't mind.
It'll literally just be a second, because the only thing I can do is, haha! Get out of here, Plague Priest.
I'm not sure where the Streamlabs link is. For some reason, I'm using a new streaming platform, so maybe I need to reinstall it or re-put it in. But Garland, thank you so much for the 100 SEK, man. And Dominic, thank you so much. I noticed that the Skaven featured less and less in some of your region tournaments. I don't know why. I think honestly, it just has more to do with the players playing in the tournaments and kind of playstyle preferences. Lokir wants a defensive alliance. I'm good, man. You just kind of. Uh-oh, the Tomb King's approach. The capital of Sotek, rife with plague.
That's game. I'll fight it just for fun, but there's no fucking way we're surviving this.
Yeah, I think the. Oh my god, yeah, because your army hasn't been able to heal. So they've been
Funny enough, like if they had laid siege to me earlier, I actually would have been in better condition because I can't take attrition damage when I'm under siege.
Yeah, no, the plague definitely hurts you. I mean, okay, let's say everything of yours was at full health.
Well, even at full health, it would be a struggle. Like,
Yeah.
I do have walls, which is nice, because skeletons are just garbage. Like, they're so
You
garbage.
just want to fight the AI for this?
I mean, we could try that. That would improve my chances of survival.
I'll let you fight the AI.
I
also don't feel
don't
like
think it's going to
controlling
make
the
too big of a difference, but we'll see what happens.
This is the end, my friends. The cult of Sotek comes crashing down, perhaps in a glorious finale.
I'll try and pull it out. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see. So it was a pretty crazy first episode. Both of us getting wiped like that. Yeah, it was tough.
Yeah, I think the biggest screw moment for me was, I think it was the Southern Sentinels, but I don't remember who it was. But one of the factions that I had a defensive alliance with declared war on like the dwarves or something. Like they declared war on somebody I did not want to fight. So I was like, no, fuck that, you're on your own. But when I did that, it nuked my the game was basically like, oh, this guy's an unreliable ally now. So like when that happens, it makes every faction just like hate you.
There was a couple, yeah, that was it, and then also there was one where you overchased with Tehenhauin and got caught by a master assassin, and your army got like wiped there too.
I have no regrets about that. That was worth the bacon.
Yeah,
I would do it again.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
To the walls!
Everybody's saying rest in peace. All right, let me see. I'll pull up. I don't know why the Streamlabs thing shouldn't be appearing, because it's set as like a standard on my streams. I'll check it out though. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, the plague really was good for sure. It's like with the full health army with Blessed Saurus, they could maybe win this against the AI. But if his army was full health, I would definitely control it.
Yeah, Skrolk's got like a borderline Ikit Claw level campaign now because of those plague buffs. That's the first time I've actually seen it played.
It's pretty good for sure.
I've been wanting to do a Skrolk campaign, but I haven't had time for it.
It's really fun. The only hard part I've noticed is the first couple battles against the Sentinels, because their army's like straight up better than yours. It has like Coldman Riders and Saurus stacks, and you just get like run over. Unless you're playing AI, you can win. But the first battle's actually really hard. But aside from that,
Soldier One, thanks very much for the $10 tip. All it says is feels bad, man.
Look at Kalita just charging the city. She's just got her snake cane.
I love Kalita. Kalita is like, she's the most awkwardly designed character by Games Workshop that has ever existed.
Is she the same in tabletop?
Yes, she was a hardcore melee duelist that buffed, but she had to be in a skeleton archer unit to buff them. It was bizarre.
That is really weird. Yeah, you probably didn't see her often.
Well.
So you're gonna attempt to hold the walls, huh?
Yeah, that's really our only option. Backing, it's gonna be better for us to mass the skeletons on the walls, because we could just give them a really bad time.
I thought you might use the snake swarm in like a choke point or something.
I could use it on the walls, but Tehenhauin, I don't want to pull any of these troops off the walls just yet. I need to make sure Tehenhauin doesn't die here.
Tehenhauin's like dying to the carrion. They're just swarming him here. Oh my god, the birds of prey.
Alright, that should be enough to get him through.
The Blessed Saurus will certainly hold for some time. They still have, what, 3,000 HP? That's
the problem is, though, there's like 3 full units of Tomb Guard.
Tomb Guard will be tough. This is going to be really difficult, but it's, I don't know. I don't know if it's doable. If you could get a couple really nasty blobs, like that's why I really thought you would hold it like the choke point, like in the center plaza. But if you do that, then all the archers can.
Yeah, well, yeah, that would be the problem. Is if I let the archers get onto the walls, then we're like super doomed.
Yeah, they have a lot of archers too. Let's see. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them. At least your towers are shooting and getting some good damage.
Yeah, and Tehenhauin did survive the bird spam, so that's nice.
He did.
And the thing with him is, my goal now is I need to keep him close enough that his poison buff is affecting everyone on the walls without him actually being in danger.
Yeah, you're giving poison to all your swords, which is really nice. And they've already buzzsawed down like the whole skeleton unit, but now they have to fight Tomb Guard. I don't know, maybe a glimmer of hope for sure. That would be a pretty solid victory. But there's so many of them, man. Like every casualty you take is just so much, you know.
Yep. Well, and the real problem is now that they're on the walls, when they get through Shopti summon, they'll be able to summon them inside the walls, which is going to be a problem.
Yeah, yeah.
Who is that? Kalita? What's she doing? What a goof.
Kalita on the walls.
Yeah, but she's just gonna. I'm just gonna pepper the hell out of her.
Where is Kalita?
She's over by the wall, the gate.
I'm looking for her right now. I don't think she's the primary lord. I think that's why she's not showing up. Sneaky snakes on the walls. Now, do the lizardmen snakes not hurt your own troops?
Correct. They only hurt enemy troops.
That's pretty good.
Same thing with the Bastildon version. It's just better because it doesn't take up an army slot and you don't have to waste some other done stuff.
Did you just
on
let Kalita in so you could pepper her down?
No, she just climbed up on the wall, so she was too far away from any of my troop bastions.
Man, there are a lot of Tomb Kings out there. Oh my god. Silver Chevron Necropolis Knights as well.
Okay, good. We managed to stop her from taking the gate, so that's good.
Yeah, and they just used the Ushalpi summon too outside.
Lucky for me that the AI is being stupid about that particular thing. Skinks, move over here.
Gotta deal with the king. Oh, Kalita's coming for blood, dude. The Charmed Shield has been activated. Look at these brave skinks. They're just getting blasted. Kalita's campaign seems like it could be fun for like spamming Dravos and Bone Giants and things like that.
Yeah, she actually has a very fun campaign. I think it's the most unique of the Tomb King options. Okay, Daddy needs more skinks on the ground.
Yeah, you gotta pull back. The Tomb Kings are at the gates. Yeah, on the other side too, it's looking pretty grim bones. The skeleton warriors are defeating the skinks.
Yeah, I've got like balance of power like 99% against me here. And we're having a lot of problems with those Tomb Guard on the walls.
You know, I think had your army been full health, though, I think you could have held this.
Oh yeah, my army had been full health, this wouldn't have been an issue.
Yeah, dreaded Pestilence Plague.
Because my army's actually even weaker than it looks, because I was having to combine a lot of units to keep everyone at fighting strength.
Yeah, yeah. Guy Queen Kalita making a valiant stand against hordes of skinks. She has pretty good armor, right? No, she only has 50. I thought Kalita had a little bit more armor.
Yeah, those skinks will kill her eventually.
Yeah.
If they get enough time. That time's kind of the main issue.
I think Tehenhauin might have to go in there with his Moses tablet and just start smacking her with it.
Not until the very last second, if he must.
Yeah.
I've only got like 300 health.
Ooh, that AoE that Kalita has, the
yeah, the serpent explosion.
yeah, that did some big damage to your skinks.
Alright, well, we chewed through the Tomb Guard somehow.
Do you have any other bases?
No, this is it.
Oh man.
This is the capital.
Is the final. The death throes. The cult of Sotek. Well, we'll definitely plan, if you're interested, of course, another head-to-head at some point.
Yeah, I need to message one of my buddies at CA and tell them to fix the freaking Gorok shit.
Yeah,
no, we could do the Cetra and Rapunzel one in the near future. That one seems like it'll be fun.
Yeah, I'd like to play Rapunzel for sure. I think it'd be fun. Fight against the Tomb King's constructs.
All right, we've secured this tower. To the next tower.
Oh my god, the Blasted Swords are like the only thing anchoring here, dude. Oh man, look at those guys go. And you can see on the ground, High Queen Kalita with the Charm Shield, still holding off a horde of skinks. I think they've also broken through the front gates, or no, they just come down.
Yeah, they're coming down off the other walls. That's the problem, is I don't have enough people to just hold any lines.
Yeah, there's just too
All right,
much.
Tehenhauin, it's time to go in. This is the bitter end.
Drop the tablet. Let's get the cinematic fight between these two warlords. Does he actually hit anything with his tablet?
No.
He just, no, he always
Nah, his tablet is poorly animated.
It's his precious, dude. Oh,
That's like my biggest complaint about Thorgrim as well. I would have paid so much money for an animation for Thorgrim to just pick up the Book of Grudges and whack somebody with it.
His fault.
Tehenhauin goes down, and that is the campaign.
GG. That was a pretty Tomb King ending there for sure, man. Yeah, so your ally dragged you into that conflict, so that was probably, like you were saying, the biggest mistake, huh?
Well, it was unavoidable at that point. It wasn't.
It
wasn't that it was like the Southern Sentinels or something. It was. It wasn't that I got dragged into a fight with Kalita. It's that I got dragged into a situation where the AI or where my like reliability got nuked.
Maybe they'll just sack the city. No.
No.
They straight up took it. So what happens now? Do we get like a message?
I don't know. We're about to find out.
Because you still have the Cult of Sotek character left.
Which is it's because I still have one army left.
Oh, you have an army?
Technically, it's literally just an old blood.
Let's see if we can. You want to try and recapture something, or?
Sure, for shits and giggles. I can try.
All right, my turn will be pretty quick here. Just gonna move. Okay, let's move right here.
Is the stream even with the campaign ending here? Like I at least will do something else afterwards.
All right, get that going. And yeah, we got Thrice Cursed Peak. We got our gold mine coming. We have Plague Claw catapults coming into the army, which is pretty much when Skaven become really strong in campaign. And I think that's it. This guy just hanging out in the city. All right. Yeah, I was like, why is it not over? Where do you have? Saurus Old Blood?
Yeah.
Man, look at that Skrolk Plague just going ham. It's like on the Tomb King city now.
Chad, I'm not gonna do that. That would be funny, but I'm not gonna do that. That's called being a dick.
They're like, just run into the corner.
Yeah, they're like just sail out east. Just take to the ocean. Take to the high seas.
Hey, you might get this.
Nah, he's too low of health in the plague.
The plague just ruining everything here. All right, let's. You never know. Those are skeleton spears, man.
I have a question about Super Chat. Do I get a bigger? Oh, do you get bigger cuts from Super Chat or Streamlabs? Streamlabs.
Streamlabs for sure.
Yeah, YouTube takes a pretty significant cut of Super Chats, which is why we try and encourage people to use the Streamlabs instead. But for some people, that's not an option.
The YouTube one's fun too because you get to like have a message pop up and chat.
Yeah, it's a shame that YouTube is so greedy with the stuff they do.
Double Explosion says, Turin, I'm thinking of doing Tabletop 40K. Any tips? Yeah, so before you like go buying a lot of things, I would like look at the quality of the units and like read about them a little bit. Oh, you're going right into that archer fire. The Sourcel Blood? Yeah, he's not going to be able to win this with that archer fire pepper in him. And honestly, those skeleton spears will barely do any damage, but...
Snakes!
Oh, hold on. Hold on, the X Factor. If he doesn't break... How many more snakes do you have? You should kite into the trees maybe, or fight that. Yeah, you need to fight those skeleton spearmen.
Well, yeah, I have to get rid of all the melee troops.
Oh, the cold blood! How long till you have another snake, dude?
A minute.
Dude, this is
Problem
so
is leadership.
Oh.
Yep, he broke Dota leadership. If he was unbreakable, he would have won that.
Yeah, for sure. I thought you were gonna have a glimmer of hope there, man. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of a moot point anyways, because I have like a full stack now.
Yeah, well, it would have been non-existent because I still have plague. So even if I took a city, it would just infect the city, and then I wouldn't have a garrison.
That's a really obnoxious mechanic.
Yeah, well, it wasn't as bad as it is for the Skrolk's upgraded version. Because in non-Skrolk version, if you have that, it's spooky to use sometimes because it can come back at you.
Look at that. All units up for attrition, 9 leadership. Yeah, that army's plagued too, so the army's just getting drained. Can you attack again? No, you can't. Right?
No. He's out of gas, but I'm gonna march a little this way, that way.
Oh, hey, if you get them together, you might take it, dude.
Well, no, it wouldn't matter at that point because the Tomb Kings are just gonna waddle over here in a second.
They're just gonna...
Will I continue the Vlad campaign? Yeah. We actually have to restart it, so we might do that today.
Oh, Khalida. Those ought to resolve it. Oh, yeah. Man.
He's noble, but he's not invincible.
He's a proud beast.
Okay, there it is.
There it is. GG, brother.
GG. All right, well, that was certainly a fast one. So hopefully
that first episode was... And if you guys haven't seen it, I would definitely go back and check the first episode. It was pretty bonkers.
Yeah, that one's worth watching. There was a lot of insanity that happened very quickly.
Yeah, like both of our armies were dying, and it was just absolute chaos and anarchy.
Confederate. You can't confederate the AI if you're weaker than the AI. That's the weakness of the confederation mechanic.
Yeah, I might. So guys, for anyone who's here, I might do another stream after this. I'll shut this one down and fire it back up with my Queek campaign. So I might do that a little bit, and then tomorrow, of course, I'll probably take off to do some videos. But yeah, Sotek, we can maybe start next week if you're interested. I don't know, it depends on your schedule, but we could do the next one we're thinking of doing is Reponse versus Cetra. Was what we were thinking. So
yeah, that one would probably work well.
It'd be good. I don't know how strong Reponse is, but she starts with Henri Le Massif, which is a nice like anti-construct character.
I mean, she's solid enough, and she
and who cares even? It doesn't matter. We're just having fun.
She confederates a small empire very, very quickly too.
Yeah, you have like the Knights of Arrigo or the Flaming Torch or whatever they're called over there. So
They
that'd be
should've
really
been
fun too, because like her versus Tomb Kings is quite thematic since she's like crusading against them. Yeah, GG, man.
Yeah. All right, guys.
We'll be
So
back.
yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a small break for maybe just a little bit, like maybe 10 minutes, and figure out. We might come back into the Vlad campaign, or I think that's what we're gonna do. Because I don't want to start Vermintide again or up until tomorrow, because tomorrow's double XP weekend. So I'd rather do that. So I think we'll just come back with Vlad here in a little bit.
Sounds good, brother. Yeah, and we'll chat next week, man. I'm gonna talk with my chat for a bit here to close things out, but yeah, we'll talk about our head-to-head soon.
Yeah, man. See ya.
See you, brother.
All right, guys. So thanks for coming back with or hanging out with me for that. Unfortunately, I was I certainly the goal was to start do a campaign set where I had the starting advantage and Turin was a little bit behind, but we ended up doing the opposite where Turin started off with an advantage and I was behind, and I was just not able to make up the distance. But I'm just gonna take a quick break so that I can change the stream information and put up a new thumbnail for the Vlad campaign, and we'll just come back into that. So, but we're gonna turn all the mods on and stuff like that. So I will be right back. I literally am gonna be back in 5 minutes tops. So we'll be back for that, and I'll see you guys then. So stick around, go grab a drink, run to the bathroom, do whatever it is you gotta do. I will note that I do have to break at some point for dinner, but we'll deal with that when we come to it. So see you guys in about 5 minutes. And thanks for watching, and I'll talk to y'all then.